Welcome to the Real Film Nerds
Harvest Horror Fest.
All right. Thanks for joining, everybody. Who's ready to see what a phone really is? Or at least what Matt and I and Ma grew up with as a phone.
There's no smartphones in this movie, Mike.
That's correct, Matt. There's actually like phone booths and like phones and things. Like I imagine this is like almost like a history lesson to the younger people who are going to watch the movie. They're like, "Oh, that's what phones used to be? How on earth did you use them?" Like the rotary phone, Matt? Oh man, taking me back.
I love that.
That was the best. Ma Hinshaw, she didn't even have a rotary phone. She had one of the ones with the earpiece and the mouthpiece separate, and she picked it up and got an operator and said, "Please call Mike."
Hey,
Wow.
I used to be a phone operator where you push the thing and answer it and say hello and then connect the people. That's how old I am.
You are old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. My name is Mysterious Mike, and with me, as always, is Matt.
Word
Matt,
up, dog.
Yeah, Matt and Ma Hinshaw, and this is episode 446. I can't believe we've done that many. And this is the Harvest Horror Fest.
Eighth
And-
annual,
8th annual. Yep.
third
yep.
episode.
Third episode.
And
Thanks,
I
Matt.
can't believe it's not butter.
Me neither, Matt. Me neither.
Mm-hmm, right?
So with that, Matt, why don't you give us our first impressions of Black Phone 2?
Well, Mike, don't you want me to break it down?
Sure. Why don't you break it down?
Okay, so Black Phone 2 was directed by Scott Derrickson, written by C. Robert Cargill, Scott Derrickson, and Joe Hill. It stars Mathan. See, I'm combining his names. Mason Thames, Ethan Hawke, Madeleine McGraw, Jeremy Davies, Ariana Rivas, Miguel Mora, Anna Lore, and Demian Beecher. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm sure that's not, but whatever. He plays Mando and not the Mandalorian, just Mando. And then Simon Webster plays Felix, and Jacob Moran plays Billy. Anyways, Black Phone 2's little synopsis thingy. As Finn, now 17, struggles with life after his captivity, his sister begins receiving calls in her dreams from the Black Phone and seeing disturbing visions of three boys being stalked at a winter camp known as Alpine Lake. All right, so I watched this today, like literally today, like 4 hours ago. Yeah,
Mhm.
at 2:00 in the afternoon when it was 73 out, no wind. I was sitting in a theater. It was awful. But anyways, so I have not seen Black Phone original until this week as well. And then I also saw a third movie, Good Fortune. It's been a hell of a week of movies. It's been a lot. It's been a lot, Mike. But Black Phone 2 is mediocre at best. I'm not a huge fan of the original, just basically because I don't do well with torturing and murdering children, and I'm not even a parent, so I don't know how you do well with it. But the thing I think that made Black Phone 1 really good and really kind of, difficult to watch and thriller is that it's realistic. Black Phone 2, they really laid into the supernatural and ghost story and that kind of stuff. And I just don't think it really matched the aesthetic of the first one. And I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but if I had to pick one to watch, I'd watch the original.
Okay, Matt. Yeah. Obviously, the reason I chose this one was the first one was surprisingly good. Like, I was like, wow, this is a great horror movie, and I didn't even see it in the theaters. I think I saw it just on streaming. I don't know, 3 or 4 months after it came out, and was like, whoa, this is great.
So you really liked the first one, Mike. You thought it's excellent.
I did like the first one. Yeah. Hmm.
I just don't. Yeah, no. Anyways, Ma Hinch, I think, can concur with me because she watched all three movies this week as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I I thought the Black Phone one was very good, actually, quite good. But yeah, sad. I agree with you. I hate it when children are hurt, and that bothered me. But it was creepy, and it was quite realistic to life, I would say. Hmm.
The van reminded me of Joey's van.
oh yes, yes. So that's
The
that's for our
kidnapper.
yeah for our listeners. A childhood friend that we were growing up with had a like 1970s panel van with shag carpet that had no windows, and we nicknamed it the Kidnapper.
It was also primer gray. You sat on top of the engines. I mean, yeah, I mean, it looked like something you would steal children with.
You had to add lead to the fuel to drive it.
It's true. It's true. And the big signs on the side of it that said free hugs and candy didn't help either.
Oh, so that's where the joke is, people. That's where the joke is. Anyway, all right. So, my first impressions of the movie, yeah, Matt's right. It leans a lot on the supernatural side of it, but I still kind of liked it. I don't know. I think they did a decent job. It's kind of a mashup of some of the other horror movies that I've enjoyed over the years. Um, it's a little, it's kind of a Nightmare on Elm Street esque with
Oh yeah.
with a little bit of Shining and some other things dabbled on, and that's fine. Like go where the good ones are.
Well, one of my college professors in my art studies, yes, I have an art degree, said, good artists borrow, great artists steal. And they stole in this one.
Yeah, they sure did. They stole for sure.
You've heard that, haven't you, Ma?
No, actually, I have not heard that, even though I have a degree in art also.
Yeah, but I mean, you got your degree in art. You went to school with what, Picasso?
No, not at all. I went to ASU. Anyway, I don't think he went there. Mm-mm.
It was an age joke, but okay.
It was Picasso's the ear guy, right?
No, that's Van Gogh.
Oh, Van Gogh. All right.
Picasso was turn of the century, like 1901, 1920s, 1930s, I think. He did
Yeah, you lived that long. Hmm.
he did cubism and just very odd modern art looking stuff. He's
Hmm.
probably the most well-known modern artist,
Okay.
even though it's 100 years old now, but whatever.
Well, I thought that mask was the creepiest thing in that movie. Ugh,
Yeah.
it
No.
really creeped me out. That creeped me out. I didn't think there was another mask that would creep me out because the other ones, they had creepy masks, but no, this one creeped me out. Hmm.
Yeah. That is a very creepy mask. Yeah, I think some of the stuff I liked about this movie, Matt, was more about the relationships between the brother and the sister and the dad, and like processing of the everything that they've been through.
Yeah, the processing of the trauma.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was really good.
I actually thought that was really like well thought out and real, like realistic, The brother's dealing with like, hey, he survived the serial killer, and like now all these people are like always challenging him, and it's just annoying, and like that was interesting. Like that was an interesting take on it, and probably would happen, right? You know how people are. So
Well, especially teenagers. I mean, you got to battle to be the king of the mountain, right, Mike? And it was it shows trauma. In the first film, it shows the father's trauma of the suicide of his wife, and in this one, it shows the kid's trauma of being basically tortured for however many weeks.
yeah, like surviving
Yeah.
the situation, and then
And probably survivor's guilt because all the other kids, died
Yeah.
and he survived.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of trauma, lots of things going on, at least for Finn. His sister had other things going on, but all three of them had lots of trauma, and they present it well in this film and the original.
Yeah, and even the potential boyfriend, I guess boyfriend of the girl, was the brother of one of the victims.
Right. And
So,
Finn's
like-
friend.
Yeah. So it's just a lot. But I felt like that was more realistic, and so I like those aspects of the movie. The spiritual stuff was like, but
Not
I-
spiritual stuff. It's just supernatural.
like
it's-
yes, supernatural. Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but it's a ghost story.
Yeah. It's a
They
ghost
can call it a slash all they want. It's a ghost story.
Yeah. And then, well, I guess before I get too far into it, Matt, what are you drinking?
Oh no.
Hey.
Hey, stop it. No.
Oh, you're supposed to ask me.
So, Mike, before you get too far in the podcast, I'm quite thirsty. So, Mike, what are you drinking this fine evening, afternoon, morning, breakfast, second dinner, first lunch, brunch? People are done with this joke, so I'll just stop there.
Okay, Matt. Well, thanks for asking. And I'm drinking the Mother Pumpkin Ale by Blue Point Brewing.
How
Very
dare you
tasty.
swear?
No, that's just the beer.
Mother Pumpkin. Speaking of mothers, Ma Henshaw, what are you drinking?
My drink is really boring. I'm drinking straight cranberry juice. Sorry.
if
Nothing
you just
interesting.
put some vodka in there, you'd have a
Yeah,
better
but
time.
I'd have to go buy it. I don't have time for that. But yeah.
Well, call
Okay.
DoorDash. They can bring you booze.
They can,
okay.
yeah.
Do you
I
want me
think
to
even
DoorDash
Uber
you?
and all those people.
No,
can,
I don't. No.
Yeah, Ma, you know what? I'm going to DoorDash you some vodka right now.
No, you're not.
And make sure the
No.
DoorDash person comes in and gives it to you on the air.
Oh, no, you're not. Mm-mm.
Special
I
instructions.
don't want to die. Your
Give
dad
it to me
would
on
be-
podcast.
Yep.
Nope.
Special instructions. Walk in,
No.
give it to Ma on podcast.
Look, I
Take a
have
shot
gin.
with her.
I could do that. I could put gin in it. It wouldn't be real weird, but no, that's okay.
Hey,
Please.
and then it would be technically gin and juice.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Oh,
I
yeah,
could do
there you
that.
go.
Mhm.
Yep. Little Snoop
Ma
Dogg.
Henshaw. Kicking
Yeah,
it
I
with
could do
Snoop
that.
D-O-double-G.
Mm-hmm. That's good. But hey, I'm happy. ASU won. Yay!
Woo. All right, man.
Well, I'm waiting
Uh,
for Ma Henshaw to do her job. I know we're still thrown off.
Oh.
It's 3 weeks in. We'll get it all figured out next week, and then we go back to
Okay,
normal.
both of you said what you were drinking. I missed it. Oh,
Yeah.
anyway.
Oh, yeah, of course you did. You're sleeping. Wake up.
Okay, I'll wake up. Okay. Mike, what is your creepy, scary, horribly scary dad joke for this week?
I think Matt has to do it.
Ma,
Oh.
you did it 2 weeks in a row. I told you we're going to get it figured out next week, and then that'll be the
Oh,
end.
good grief. I was supposed to. Okay, Matt.
I got dad jokes. I don't think they understand though. Gotta think I'm funny. Other people never laugh though. Dad jokes.
Oh, Jesus. Don't act any more enthralled or thrilled to talk to me. Jesus.
I love it. I just loved talking with you.
All right, so I think this Halloween themed dad joke is very topical for this film. Mike, Ma, what do you get when you cross a vampire and a snowman?
Oh,
Anybody? Anybody? I'm only going to give you a little bit because we don't want too much dead air on this thing.
I got nothing.
Ma?
Dracuman? I don't know.
Dracuman?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be Dracula?
Or Snow Drac?
Snow Drac. Well, that's MCU.
I don't know.
Snow Drax. No. What you get when you cross a vampire and a snowman? Frostbite.
Oh, nice. Oh,
no.
that's great, dude. That's good. Man,
That
these are
is
killer,
very
dude.
good.
Yep, you're loving it. I know, Mike. You need to write these down. Like, these are for you. You know, these are for you, my friend.
These are killer, dude. These are
Wow.
killer.
Frostbite, I love it.
Ouch. Wow. Okay. That's a good one, Matt. All right. So for this movie, Matt, the Black Phone 2, how does this relate to the MCU universe?
Nice, Mike. Nice. I thought you were going to forget to ask me. Good for you. We're getting there. Look, progress. Okay, so how Black Phone 2 relates to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Scott Derrickson, our director and co-writer, also directed and wrote the original Doctor Strange.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Ooh, that's impressive.
So there
Wow.
you go.
Great job, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Killing it. Killing it.
It's hard to fill your shoes, Mike, but I'm doing it.
I know. They're very teeny small shoes, but you're doing a great job.
They are, and my big feet can't fit in them.
Yep, it's a little
Mhm.
Cinderella situation.
It is, yeah.
All right, Matt. Well, what I was going to say earlier, which was kind of more spoilery.
So is that where we're at? We're in the spoiler zone?
Yeah, we're in the spoiler zone. I was looking for this, for the 3 Bs, and I feel like we just need to just make it 2 Bs, because I think we're never going to get any boobs again. Like, I think they're just gone.
Ma Hinshaw said the same thing. She's disappointed there's no boobies.
Yeah, there's no boobs.
Mm-hmm.
There's blood. Yeah, there's
Mhm.
blood. And I mean, especially like the part where she was like spinning in the air. Like,
Yeah. And it
dude, that was
spraying all
pretty
over the
wicked.
cabin.
Like, I was like, oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Or the
yeah.
kid that got his head cut in half. and it,
Oh
like, slid off.
yeah.
That was pretty gross.
Yeah. That reminded me of was it Ghost Ship? Like a a while back movie. Do you remember that, Matt? Ghost Ship? I think it's like 2002.
Oh, goodness.
Sure.
No.
Anyway, I worked at
Not
the
at
movie
all.
theater, and I used to like walk in the credits all the time, and it had Mudvayne, so I was like, yeah, in the credits. Anyway,
Nice.
so yeah, so it has the blood for sure, the beast absolutely, but no boobs, and I don't think I don't know, man. I don't know. I think those are gone. I think those movies are gone with the 70s and 80s. Like, it just seems like they're gone. Maybe a little bit of 90s.
There were still boobies in the 90s.
Maybe a little
Yeah,
bit.
there were. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what they need to do? They need to look to Game of Thrones for inspiration.
Yeah. Did we get too PC? Are we too PC?
I guess. I mean, that's one of the biggest problems that America's always had versus Europe. And, you can really get into the discussions about it because we're, formed by very religious people, the Mayflower coming over. I'm forgetting what they were called.
Puritans.
Yeah,
Puritans, yeah.
Yeah, and they were very, cover everything up, anti that. But in Europe, they're all about the nudity, but they flip flop. Like we're all about the violence and killing people and murdering and seeing people die openly and children, all the other shit. And PG. In Europe is the opposite. Like they have full frontal nudity on TV, like no problem. But if it's like violence, like they really tone it down. So I don't know. We're winning though when it comes to countries, but maybe we got it right and they got it wrong. I don't know. I would be much happier if I had boobies though in TV and film and life. Although I got my own boobies. Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So
I promise I wouldn't BS too much. I'm sorry, Mike.
All right. So yeah, as far as our 3 Bs go, it only really had 2. And I don't know, like I liked this movie. I did. I liked the realism of the struggle of the characters because I thought it was more depth than a lot of horror movies try to give their characters. Usually they just kind of walk into like saws or hacksaw, or gunshots or whatever. And these characters were a little bit more. So I like that aspect of it. So I don't know. I think this was a pretty decent sequel. I feel like from now on it's going to go downhill. I don't know how well this movie's going to do. My theater
Are they
was
making a third one already?
I don't know. My theater was decently attended.
Oh.
But I don't know. Speaking of like extra sequels, remember how we watched the Danny Boyle movie? Now I'm forgetting its name.
28
years
later?
Yeah, 28 years later. Now there's the second one's coming out.
Well, yeah, because they filmed it at the same time as the last one.
Yeah, I was like, so now that last scene makes a lot more sense because the very last part of it, I was like, what the heck?
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, tangent.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's a horror movie.
Yeah, and that's coming out in January, which means they think it's going to do awful. Any movie that comes out in January, they're basically just releasing it because they've got to, and they don't know what to do with it.
Well,
I never knew that.
Yeah, January is like where you release movies to just.
That's where movies go to die. Is January.
Yeah, usually.
No.
Yeah, I think every once in a while there's one that does well, but other than that, it's usually terrible. Even February is usually pretty bad.
So, Mom, you're being awfully quiet. Do you need to go pee?
No, I'm fine. I really am. I'm just fine.
You love the spoiler zone. Why don't you spoil this movie? You love spoiling it. Like, you haven't even talked about the stuff you talked to me about on the phone.
Well, I know because it's definitely spoilers.
You're in the spoiler zone. You can talk now.
Yeah, do it.
Well, I was not all that thrilled with this movie. It was okay, but one of the things that bothered me is that I thought that, what's his name? The guy that did all the killing in the first movie, I thought they killed him. Well, then Matt clarified that for me. They did kill him. This dude is the ghost that comes back. But I sat there most of the movie going, I thought they killed him. I thought they... Okay, that's one of my problems with it. Okay. Yeah, okay. He was a very vicious ghost. But also, having lived in snow that was up to your kneecaps, I thought some of this in the movie was a little bit of a stretch. Like her going out in her jammies, not freezing to death, not making a dent in the snow or anything. I mean, that was quite weird. And
they definitely escaped reality on some of the environmental stuff.
Yes, some of that, and one thing that bugged me was the fact of the location of the phone booth. I mean, what? and when you first see it, it's like, oh, it's like at the edge of the lake. And why is it there? Because, the cabins were way up farther. And I thought that was really strange, actually. I mean, it was picturesque of the CGI of the mountains and everything. That's beautiful. That was beautiful. They pegged the snow, sort of. But yeah, I thought that was a little different, They had to go out and answer the phone booth, and who knows? Well, of course, it was supposed to be. When was it supposed to be? In the 80s or something? So they did still have phone booths.
1982. But, Ma, it might have been Bill and Ted just left it there when they were going through because it didn't work.
Oh, yeah. Well, that you got a point there. But...
Yeah, and she talked to her mom from like the past, and that was like in the 50s or something, right? What?
Yeah, it was like 58, 57.
58. So
yeah, something like that.
I'm with you. They would never put a phone booth not next to a building, because why on earth would they run the wires or anything? Just cause.
If you get into the facts, I mean, having lived in Utah for 7 years, I don't know that I think they would put any phone. I mean, you'd be lucky to get electricity into the cabins, let alone a phone line. But for some weird reason, they got that phone there. I know I'm a spoiler person. I'm bad. And
You're in the spoiler zone. You're allowed to spoil. Jesus, Ma. We've said it like 4 times.
Okay. Well, and also, why didn't they have a fireplace? Every cabin has a fireplace.
I like that that's what you're tearing apart. But when I was in Boy Scout camp in Tucson, there was electricity and natural gas and running water in the main mess hall and in the different offices and cabins, but the tents and everything didn't have anything.
Yeah, but come on. This is supposed to be way in, look at the mountains there.
It's outside of Denver in Colorado, Mom.
Well, yeah, and I've been to Colorado, and come on, I don't know.
Mike. What? Not Mom. Mike, is it convincing that it would have been in the mountains of Colorado?
I mean, it looked fine to me. The one thing I thought was silly, but I mean, whatever. It was what it was. It was when our kid Finn got out of the car and was like, "Oh, I'll run ahead of you and tell you where to go." I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
That was right. I thought it was silly, dude. I thought it was silly.
And Mike, were you crying through that whole scene?
Which scene?
The scenes where he was running with the car.
No, why would I be crying?
Because it was an Impala.
Oh. No.
Oh.
No, I wasn't crying, but the
I would have been, dude. That your Impala was nice, man. I still think about it every day. R.I.P. Impala.
Those were nice cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mike was a gangster in high school. He had an Impala.
Terrible gas mileage, but it was great.
Yeah, he was a gangster. He had a nice stereo in it. Everything. Hydros. Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, the one spoiler that I don't know if I don't know if I should say it, Matt. Should I say it?
You say whatever the hell you want, Ma Hinshaw. You're Ma Hinshaw. You got Mike and I by at least 50 years, so get to work.
Is that all? Okay. Anyway, the masks really scared me. What's the guy's name? What's his name? The murderer dude? Oh, shoot. I can't think of it now.
The grabber?
Anyway, the grabber. Yeah, the grabber. He was a really good ice skater. I mean, he slid across that ice really good, But what got me was when they finally, I believe they used an axe to do away with him on his face. Whack, And it was pretty nasty and bloody and awful and stuff. But then later in the scene, he falls into the freezing cold lake and his mask is whole again, and there's no nothing. And I thought that was kind of weird.
Oh yeah, continuity error. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, wait just a minute. You smashed his face to pieces, and now all of a sudden, even though he was a ghost, I understand that. But I mean, the mask comes back. Well, and probably I think there'll be a sequel, because if his mask is back whole and okay, so he falls in the freezing water or whatever, and supposedly he's dead. That's the second dead, I guess. Maybe he'll come back again. I don't know.
I think our sequel depends on how well this movie performs at the box office. And if it performs pretty well, then yep, sequel's coming, because these movies are cheap to make. So it's a lot of profit. So I think that's why we often get, Jason Part 85. Jason really is still alive somehow, but now he's geriatric and his arm doesn't work. But like,
true,
he's good.
Well, speaking of Jason, Mike, why don't you tell our listeners what wonderful movie you're going to make Ma and I watch next week?
All right, we're going to watch the next Friday the 13th in our series, which I believe I always screw up the name, so just a second.
Oh,
no, it's not 9.
We're nowhere close to 9 yet. We get years of this still.
Yeah. Friday the 13th is something that just goes on forever.
Yes.
And will continue to go on forever. I just forget the order of the movies, and I wish they were just called part whatever, but they're kind of not.
Because they thought it was done, the final chapter, and then they brought it back again.
Yeah.
And then they had that dude singing with his girlfriend while he was taking a dump in a porta potty. That's still just...
Oh, yeah, dude. That's the most disturbing part to you.
That's the weirdest fucking thing, That's my time. When I'm taking a shit, that is my time. I don't want anybody dancing around fucking having a duet with me.
Oh, dear.
Right. So let me think. Oh heck. That's what it is. I believe we're watching Friday the 13th, The New Blood, which is part 7?
The new
Great.
blood.
Now my mom looks like she's having a stroke.
Yeah, I think that's the right one. The New Blood.
I would look it up, but I am
It's not Jason Lives. Did we watch
hold on. Let me look.
6 is Jason Lives. Oh man, now I'm getting confused. I wish there's just like normal part whatever.
Now, is this in the movie house, or is
last year? Nope. Shh. For Real Film Nerds, episode number 395, Harvest Horror Fest, Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, which came out on Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. So whatever one is after A New Beginning. And no, Mom, these movies have not been in the theater for a very long time. And they probably weren't in the theater very long when they were released.
So we're at part 6. We're at Jason Lives, part 6.
Okay, so Friday the 13th, part 6, Jason Lives, is our review for next week.
Correct. Yep.
Okie doke.
It's a streaming one. Matt has purchased all the Friday 13th from now to Timbuktu.
Begrudgingly.
Yeah. They just auto purchase. If it says Friday the 13th, he's like, oh man, what happened?
Right.
They released another one?
Except for that one time it was Freaky Friday. I don't know. I guess because of Friday. I don't know. And so those of you that listen to me and Ma Hinshaw on the radio, yes, radio still does exist, even though we have a podcast. 103.5 FM, 1490 AM, KYCA, The News. We also have an app, and you can go and download and listen to that too. We're going to be talking about the new docudrama, Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere. So that'll be Friday the 24th, which is also my birthday. And
Oh,
I'm
man.
67.
Oh,
You got to work on your birthday?
Of course. I don't think I've ever not worked on my birthday. I think when I was born, immediately my mom went, "Get your ass to work, boy."
yep. There you go.
Yeah.
Here's some papers. Go deliver them
Hey, you know
in your
what?
little red wagon.
I miss those days. I miss those days.
Yeah.
Life was simpler back then, Matt.
It was. It was a lot simpler. But all right, Mike. Well, you're running this podcast, and so we have one more segment left to do.
That's right, Matt. So with that, I'm going to start with the ratings. I'm going to give mine. I give this movie 3.5 reels. Like I said, I enjoyed this, even though it's kind of a newer horror movie. I enjoyed a lot of how the character development was in this, and the story I felt like was fine. So, Matt, what are you giving this movie?
Oh, you want me to go? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you're not gonna like it. I give it a 2.5.
Man, that's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to like the
it is
movies.
what it
I don't
is.
think you like any of the horror movies I make you go to see.
That's not true. Some of them I like. Some of them I like. But the original Black Phone, I give it a 3.
Okay.
I saw it this week. I watched it. I own it. I've owned it for years. Never watched it.
Oh, there you go.
It's just terrifying. But anyways, Ma Hinshaw watched both of them this week too. So Ma
Yep.
Hinshaw, what's your ratings? Come on, let's go, old Biddy.
Well, I give it a 3. It was entertaining, but it didn't terribly thrill me, and I didn't think it was horribly scary. I mean, they tried hard, but for an old salt like me that really likes real scary, horrible stuff, it wasn't that bad.
What the hell is wrong with you? You're a sweet old lady and you love horrible stuff and watching people being murdered and tortured and blood, guts, and gore. What? Who hurt you?
Oh, I don't know. Must have been somebody back in the day. I don't remember.
My
There you
sweet
go.
83-year-old mother loves horror movies as much as Mysterious Mike Talent.
I don't know, man.
Why not? Come on, it's
Hey.
okay.
To each their own. To each their own. No judgment here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess with that, Matt, why don't you take us out of here?
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening to Real Film Nerds Podcast, episode number. I did a search on our website, so hold on, I gotta go back. Episode
446.
Yep, 446 Harvest Horror Fest. Black Phone numero dos. Tune in next week for I think our last Harvest Horror Fest of the year, if I'm not mistaken. Jason,
Really?
yeah, this is the last, Mike.
I think so, yeah.
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Jason Part 6. Hold on, I had it written down.
Yeah. Jason
Yeah.
Part 6.
Friday the 13th, Part
A
6.
New Blood.
Jason Lives. Yeah.
Oh,
on-
Jason Lives. Yeah.
Yeah,
dang.
on Vudu is where we're gonna watch it. And then if you want to listen to us on the radio, again, it's Springsteen Delivered Me from Nowhere. You can follow us on the Instagram, the Twitters, the X's, the not triple X's. Although that might be a good idea if we start a YouPorn channel and maybe put our podcast on that. Maybe we'll actually get listeners. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there, Mike. You got to run that one. You know, I'm not allowed to be on that site anymore. Arizona
Okay.
has blocked pornography, so I'm sure you saw that. That was made national
Really? I
news.
didn't know
Oh, you
that.
didn't know that? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
log
yeah.
in and like give them your driver's license and all kind of stuff to look at porn in Arizona.
Oh
now.
my goodness. Whoa.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Complicated.
needless to say, you know, the struggle's real for me. But I'll be all right. I'll get through it. I'll get a VPN. I'll go through Canada or something or New Mexico. But anyways, thank you everyone for listening. Go ahead and do our socials if you want, realfilmnerds.com. You can always enter our contest from last week. If you want to know how to do and what to do and all that, go download that episode. But yeah, thanks again everybody for listening. We will be back next week. Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now, don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now, go out and catch a movie.